Hey, what's cracking, everybody? Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm bringing you a couple of good games today on Call of Duty World War II. So it's two games. First game I go 18 and 11, which is, you know, I mean, that's okay. I'll take that. And then the second game I go 19 and 9, which is better. Obviously, more kills, fewer deaths. So this was I played these 2 nights ago. The game is really up and down for me. I mean, I guess in a way, Call of Duty's always been that way for me, at least the last few years. But it's always like up or down, you know, like I'll be playing and I'll just be really enjoying it. It'll be so much fun. I'll have a smile on my face. And then like just a few minutes later, I'm ready to break my controller and then I don't want to play anymore. So, it seems that recently, in the past, when I've started getting upset with the game, I would just sort of like, you know, keep going and just keep, you know, forcing myself to play, and eventually maybe I would turn it around. But sometimes I wouldn't, so that's why I have this, you know, deal going with myself where I'm not going to play when I'm not having fun. So what happens now is as soon as I, like, have a bad match or 2 bad matches or whatever, I immediately think to myself, I don't know that I want to keep playing anymore, and then, like, every match after that is just absolutely horrible. So, ooh, excuse me. So I've been trying to find ways to play it. I mean, it's fun, but literally, like, every other night, it's unbearable for me to play. Like, I just, and I don't know what it is. It's so up and down. I used to have this issue on Modern Warfare 3, although it never stopped me from playing. But there were some other factors that affected that. But they used to do these like weekly tweaks to the game. And this was sort of when they started like the micro patches all the time. And you know, this was never like, I don't think this was ever made like public knowledge or anything that they were doing this. But me and my friend, who that's actually him right there, Record by Fudd, we were playing that game so much. Like I put in like 48 days of playtime on that game, which is an obscene amount of playtime. I mean, that's near 2,000 hours. And basically week to week, you know, the stats would update weekly and you could check your weekly stats, and like week by week, some weeks I'd be playing at like, you know, like a 2.3 kill death ratio with like a real high average kills or something, because that's how they tracked it in that game. And then the next week it'd be like a 175 with like much lower average kills, or even 175 with like the same average kills, and it was just so up and down all over the place. So the inconsistency really made it, you know, sort of upsetting for me to play it. Like I said, not that it affected my play, and it didn't affect it so much that it was like unplayable. Like I never got down to like the 1.5 range with kill death. It was always, you know, near 2.0. But I mean, with this game, it's just so up and down. I mean, it's hard to even explain to you guys. Like before this, before these 2 games, I had played like 3 hours, and I don't think I got more than 10 kills. Maybe like 1 or 2 times I got more than 10 kills. And, you know, when you're getting 10 kills, you're not getting, you know, like 1 death. You're getting like 8 or 10 deaths or more. So it's just so up and down. It's really hard for me to understand what's going on. I don't know if it's just, you know, I mean, honestly, tonight in particular, I can't speak about last night, but tonight in particular, I just wasn't feeling it. My aim wasn't that good. I wasn't real loose. My hands weren't, you know, doing what I wanted them to do, kind of a thing. I was just a little bit stiff. I don't know why, but so it just, you know, just didn't feel quite right tonight, so I just stopped playing. But last night, and like I said, like every other night, it's just for whatever reason, it just doesn't play the way I want it to play, and I can't figure it out, honestly. You know, it kind of upsets me to think about where I could be if I was able to continually play, but it's so inconsistent, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this also. I don't know if it's just me. It could be, you know, it could just be me. I mean, that's very possible. But it's just so, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because, you know, I obviously try to alternate. Excuse me again, excuse me. I try to alternate, you know, every other day between Forza and Call of Duty, at least for uploads. But it's kind of also ironic that I don't seem to have success every day. And so it's weird because it's almost like easy for me to stop playing and go play Forza for a little bit because, you know, I'm just not doing well, and, you know, I don't want to play if I'm not going to do well, you know, so, I don't know. It is what it is. I still love the game. The game's still really fun. I still think it's the best Call of Duty in years. You know, I'm a little partial toward Treyarch games, so Black Ops 3 was really good in my opinion. But I mean, if you go back, I've said it before, but if you go back, I mean, you know, Ghost was a kind of a decent game, I guess, but no one really played it. And the fact that the current generation came out while it was still on last generation, like, it made the game really weird, and it really fractured up and segmented the community of Call of Duty players, so there really wasn't anybody to play with. Like, the matches were really, really not, like, you couldn't even get a match sometimes. So that made it real weird, but I mean, I honestly think, and you know, I liked Black Ops 2 also, but much like Black Ops 3, the reason I liked Black Ops 2 so much was Black Ops 2 was a complete game. I feel like Black Ops 2 was the most complete game that Call of Duty's ever had. Not my favorite multiplayer. It was pretty good. It's kind of revolutionary. Not my favorite. Zombies was really good in that game, and the campaign was sensational. That was still the best campaign we've ever had in a Call of Duty, so I feel like that was the most complete Call of Duty game. But as far as, like, and you know, I've played Zombies. I played the initial match of Zombies here, and I've seen some gameplay, and it looks pretty good. And I also played the first game of the campaign. But in this game specifically, I'm just talking, like, multiplayer. I mean, I really don't think there's been a multiplayer this good since, like, Modern Warfare 3. I really do. I think it's really that good. And it's awesome. It's just the inconsistencies are really getting to me. And like I said, honestly speaking, there's so many variables that go into it. You know, my connection on any given night, even though I have an incredibly stable connection. We're talking my internet, my connection on any given night, the connection to the servers on any given night. You know, my ability or my focus any given night. You know, my actual dexterity and all that stuff. I mean, it's all just fluctuates so much that it's really hard to say that it's, you know, one thing or another thing. But for whatever reason, it's been pretty inconsistent for me. So, I mean, half the time I love the game, half the time I don't want to be playing the game. So, and actually, ironically now, what's happening to me now is I actually still want to keep playing, but it's so not fun, and it's so boring for me that, like, I don't want to play. And I have this feeling that I've had before in the past where I feel trapped in a match. One thing, I don't know if you guys know this about me, you probably don't. I do not leave matches. I refuse. Remember your training. There is virtually, short of, like, some sort of emergency, which I can't even say that that's ever happened, honestly. But short of that, like, there's no way I'm leaving a game. I'm not going to leave my teammates who I started the game with, because, you know, when a match makes the teams, it's matchmaking those teams for the people that are on the team. So I can't tell you how many times I've started a game and I'm like, okay, and I never would have stayed in the game, but I got paired with, like, the other high prestige in there, and I'm like, okay, dude, we got this. Me and him can just beat these guys up, and then he just leaves, and it just abandons me, and I get blown out, and I get a bunch of deaths. So out of respect for other people, I'm not going to leave, because there's other people on the team that are counting on me to play, and, you know, if I just leave, they don't want to go, you know, they don't want to die 15 times in a match. So, anyway, all that being said, I refuse to leave matches. Like, I won't leave. And it initially started with the dashboarding thing on the previous Call of Duties, where people would just go straight to the dashboard, and it would end, and it would not count as a win or a loss, and it wouldn't count any of their stats. So they would just play and do really terrible. That's a good long shot, right? They would just play and do really terrible, and then just leave and just dashboard. And I just basically made a pact then that I wasn't going to leave. Wasn't going to leave games. And so what happens is, like, I'll be playing a game and I'll be having fun, and then I'll just go, and then all of a sudden I'll be like 4-8, and the game is like, you know, I'll be 4-8, and the game's like 30. Another nice long shot, right? And the game will be like, you know, 32-18, and I'm just like, dude, I am so done with this, and I want to be out. I just want to leave, but I can't. You know, it's one of my rules, and I won't do it. So, it's gotten me a few times recently, like almost 5 times recently. I've had that where I'm just like, dude, I literally don't even want to play, and I've considered just, like, laying in the back and not doing anything. But then again, that comes back to the same thing. That's basically the same purpose as, it's basically accomplishing the same goal as just, you know, leaving. It's basically hurting my team by not trying to help and get kills and stuff. So, I don't know. Still a fun game. I'm still going to keep playing it, obviously. I still want to keep grinding and keep prestiging. I'm close to prestiging again to a 3rd prestige. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, not playing as much as I could. I had a ton of, like, I had a real good streak of games going. Just teabag in the air. Had a really good streak of games going for a while, so I've got a bunch of good gameplays, but, you know, just, I don't know. I don't know. And I didn't even play Forza tonight. I was actually watching a really cool documentary about Williams' Formula One team that's on Netflix. Really cool documentary. I mean, like, I don't know that I've been as emotional about something that I watched as I have been with this thing that I've watched. Like, just, like, 2 or 3 times I'm just like, ugh, like, I just get this real, like, you know, it's like a gut-wrenching feeling, or like a real, you know, I don't know, it's like what regular people get when they watch movies. Like, I don't really watch movies because I don't know, I find them boring. They're not long enough to tell the real story that I want, and the only movies I like are, like, real, you know, kind of violent movies, which, you know, take that for what it is. But yeah, so anyway, there's a Williams documentary on Netflix about Williams' Formula One racing team, which is really sick. So, I didn't even play Forza, you know? I don't know. It's just weird. Who knows, man? You know, you get this way, and I guess long gone are the days where I would sit and play, like, Modern Warfare 2, for example. I wasn't working when that game came out. I was probably, let me think about this, Modern Warfare 2, I probably would have been, like 20, maybe? I think I was probably like 20, and I wasn't working, and I literally just played that game all day. I'd wake up, play the game until I went to bed. I stopped, you know, twice a day or whatever to eat, but like I literally played all day. I ended up with 52 days in the multiplayer on that game, which is still my most played multiplayer ever, which is an absolute obscene amount of gameplay. So long gone are those days of just playing over and 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 over. So, I mean, I'll take this. I still like the game. It's still fun to play when I do play it. I've pretty much settled on the STG, so a lot of the gameplays you see are me using the STG. I was using the bar last game, but the bar has not been working for me very consistently. The STG has been working pretty consistently. And so, I think I'm going to stick with that. So, anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I am. Again, thank you for being here, watching my content. I really appreciate it. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, which seems like I was just thinking that I got to 100 subscribers, and now I'm almost at 200. So, definitely been a lot of growth, and that's all due to you guys. See, I saw him in the replay right here, but I didn't see him when I was playing the game. I didn't see that guy there. So anyway, you guys have been real supportive, and I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I'm glad you're enjoying watching this stuff at 4K. It's nice to see it pay off, you know, as much time as I spend editing these videos and stuff now. You know, it does take time to do it this way, but I have a lot more control over the way that I do it, and I feel like I'm happier with the end product than I was when I was doing it just as simply as I was before. So, thank you guys for the support. Appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing here, subscribe. Make sure you check back soon for another video. I'm really trying to upload every single day, so there's always constant quality content coming. So I really appreciate it, guys. Have a good day. See you guys later.
Enemy recon aircraft in the air. Enemy bomb incoming. Get to cover.
Werf eine Handgranate!
By the smoke, brother! Pull back. Prepare to attack. Whoa!